Good evening and welcome to another episode of Rose City Sports Talk. I'm your host Bryce Trost, sitting alongside Anwar Jones.
What's up, world?
As always, actually not as always, we are joined again by our audio engineer Jacob Hummel, keeping us leveled, sounding pretty.
They call him the Hammer.
Hammer's breaking down.
Oh man, this is a beautiful shirt I have on, isn't it, Portland?
It is a beautiful shirt. I thought I'd give you a chance to sneak it in there.
Nah, I ain't sneaking nothing.
Tonight's episode is scored by Portland native Samurai, who you can check out at rosecitysportstalk.com as well as samuraimusic.com. He's also on every social media platform you can think.
There we go. He's going in.
Yeah, he's got some slaps though. He was kind enough to send over a batch of his latest.
Yeah, I'm liking this new batch.
Yeah, I like it. It's got some soul.
All I need is my head to be knobbing like this, and that's what it's doing to me.
Shout out to Sam. Again, check him out, Samurai Music.
Got them slappers.
That's right. Tonight's hydrations. The show love as always. HopWorks over Southeast Portland. You're a big fan of the Abominable Winter Ale. I'm trying to actually powder keg. Worthy Brewing out of Bend. It is good. It's good. It's tasty. Jake, of course, is he's just a big fan of the Schonz. So shout out to Pyramid Brewing out of Seattle.
He went right for that too.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, you're a big fan.
Yeah.
The Hammer gets his beer first out of everybody.
Make sure you check out and support those local brewers. You can check out Worthy Brewing at worthybrewing.com, HopWorks at hopworksbeer.com, and Pyramid. Pretty simple, pyramidbrewing.com. Who would have thought it?
Hey.
Yay.
Keep it simple and plain.
All right, before we jump into all the different headlines tonight, I definitely want to take a moment. Yeah, I definitely want to take a moment and send our condolences to the family of Stuart Scott, who, for us here at Rose City Sports Talk, is definitely somebody who you could look at kind of the model of what we're going for here at Rose City Sports Talk in terms of the non-generic sports broadcast personality. And
he made you love it.
Yeah, Stuart kind of embodied the exact opposite of that. He was his own person, his own character, and man,
cooler than the other side of the pillow.
That's right. Jake brought it up a few weeks ago in terms of kind of bringing notice again to his battle with cancer. He's a two-time survivor, and third time around. It's
interesting thing about
sad.
that is that like it kind of came out of nowhere with Stuart Scott having cancer.
I was not expecting that at all.
And then,
I knew he was sick, but
yeah.
And like I always love Stuart Scott. Who doesn't love Stuart Scott? Like he was just an amazing guy on ESPN. Like he made everything cool.
Yeah, I definitely woke up and go to sleep to Sports Center, and even the launch of ESPN2, they had Stuart Scott up on there, and just endless.
His speech.
At the ESPYs?
At the ESPYs, I loved him, but I didn't know he could move. Like, there's not too many.
If you haven't checked out that speech, we'll definitely share it on rosecitysportstalk.com.
He was loved, man, and you saw that. I mean, there was a moment of silence for him at the games, playoff games, and President Obama's giving him shout outs. Michael Jordan, like he got a lot of love. Shout out to R.I.P. to Stuart Scott, man.
Definitely.
Trailblazer.
For sure. All right. Well, let's jump in, lighten things up. We got plenty to talk about this week. Weekend was crazy. First of all, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. You know what?
And it's a good New Year. It's a good New Year.
It's like I came into it. I'm like, this is a good year. It has a good vibe.
It does have a good vibe.
I'm messing with 2015.
Are we saying it has a good vibe because the year starts with both of our teams playing in the national title?
It's got to be part of it.
We'll jump into that. We'll jump into that here in a few.
I still gotta pop it a little bit.
Before we talk collegiate, let's talk professional. Let's talk NFL. We got to see the wild card games this weekend, which in the end provides us a look of what we're seeing in the divisional games, which is this coming week we'll see Seattle, Carolina, Dallas, Green Bay, Indianapolis, Denver, and then again Baltimore, New England.
Do we put an asterisk by Dallas?
Yeah.
Come on, what's up with that call?
Let's talk about that call. Pass interference, called, flag, picked up. I mean, have you ever seen that?
We've watched football for how many years? When have you ever seen them take up a flag?
Yeah.
Like the only time
Jimmy made the call. I don't know if you were following the live Game Time tweets. Follow us at Rose City Sports Talk, but we were definitely taking some jabs, saying Jimmy put in the call, and the next thing you know,
Dez is on the field with his helmet off. It just the whole scene.
That's a flag right there.
That's unsportsmanlike conduct. You can't be on the field without your helmet.
Not in Jerry's house.
Nope.
It was just fishy. I mean, and mind you, Kyle Rush.
Jerry Jones has got to be one of the most influential.
He is.
I'm joking, of course. I'm joking, of course, when
Cowboys,
I say Jimmy picked up a phone. Jerry
that.
Jones did not pick up a phone and say, "Hey, pick up this flag." I'm just saying, when you are in Arlington, Texas, when you are in the home of the Cowboys, when you have history stacked against you like the Cowboys do coming into the playoffs, when you've got Romo still as your quarterback, oh boy.
I think it's just like that.
This should be
the way that game
asterisk
ended
for sure.
like that. It's like it just
asterisk.
It feeds the beast. It makes everybody.
I never like to blame a game on the refs.
No, never.
Things go both ways throughout the game. I don't know
just
if
don't
you.
pull,
I mean,
that was
don't
huge.
Pull the flag.
Though.
Now,
it was a huge play.
Jim Caldwell should have went for it on 4th and 1. He was played too conservative on that. And Detroit, you had a 14-point lead in the playoffs. You scored 6 points in the rest of the game. Like, you have to put some points up. And so, it was still
crazy.
their fault. They still had time to stop them.
They had the opportunities,
and come down, but they could have closed the game out at that.
Can you not
point.
say that the wind was taken from the sails when that flag was picked up?
No doubt.
I mean, the momentum just.
Yeah. It did. and now we get to see Cowboys, Packers, the frozen tundra. We get to see all that.
Ice Bowl.
The Ice Bowl? No.
First matchup since the Ice Bowl.
Yeah,
and I don't really care.
Exactly. What I do care about is Seattle versus Carolina. I think that's going to be a fun game.
Who do you think is going to win that
Seattle,
Cowboys-Packers game? Though?
Cowboys-Packers?
I hope.
Who you got?
Oh, man.
Okay. I'm gonna say Green Bay because I'm a big Aaron Rodgers fan in terms of his playoff performance.
Yeah.
Can they both lose? Is that
right?
a possible thing?
I'd love it because both of those teams, as a Niner fan, you're never a big fan of the Packers or definitely not the Cowboys. Never the Cowboys.
I'm going with
America's team. You're going with America's team.
I think
you think Tony Ono has got one more game in him?
This is what
he's getting so much credit
during
this week.
Because during that whole game, I'm like, he's gonna throw the pick. Like eventually, Romo has to throw the pick, and he didn't do it. He ended up having a great game. So it looks like he might have really figured it out. All those chokings that he did,
we're gonna save
DeMarco in there.
We're gonna save the dissecting of Tony Romo until next week. If he gets a W, we'll save another week.
I'm taking them 20. I
don't think we're gonna see him pass this week.
31-28 Cowboys.
Okay, and what about a quick rattle off? Let's Wilson versus Newton. What do we see? Seattle or Carolina?
Ooh, that's a good matchup.
It is, but honestly, I don't think anyone's beating Seattle.
Newton he got banged up last game.
Yeah,
he got banged up. He got banged up one.
Come playoffs.
I don't think Cam Newton he didn't look good in the pocket. And John Gruden was talking about the fact that he was thrown off his back foot and everything. And you can kind of I started watching him he really is. His fundamentals was bad.
It was struggle.
Look, he was inaccurate the whole game, and then the simple fact that he got beat up so bad, he's taking 5 seconds to get up off a kneel when he's calling plays. He looked real old. He got in that car accident, and it looks like he does the Superman thing, but he might not be that Superman to overcome that.
I'll tell you what, though, watching him play after that, it looks like he has a whole new lease on football, playing. You can see a joy in his eye.
Yeah, he's looking at things a little different. It's almost like you go
through something very traumatic.
Doesn't matter though.
Feel lucky to be alive.
It does.
And so,
I think
you don't take anything for granted.
The car was flipping over and you walked out.
Agreed.
Come on, the car looks terrible, but you're fine.
That's the only thing I'm going to give a little edge to Cam Newton, just because.
Is that why we're giving the edge to Tony Romo? Because he had the same.
The Legion of Boom, though.
Yeah,
Can he mess with the Legion of Boom?
I don't know.
Defense,
no, I'm just giving Cam Newton a little edge over
Sherman.
We'll see.
Okay, before we jump into the AFC predictions, we're going to take a quick break, grab another drink, and we will be back on Rose City Sports Talk. Welcome back to Rose City Sports Talk. As always, Bryce Trost, Anwar Jones, Jake the Hammer Hummel in the booth.
The hammer. Bam.
Special shout out to Samurai Music, who you can check out at RoseCitySportsTalk.com as well as SamuraiMusic.com. I think he's also on iTunes because he just dropped a project called Best in Class, who actually features a slew of crazy talented hip-hop acts.
High class beats right here.
Yeah,
I can tell
yeah.
you that.
Samurai's doing work.
Yeah, he's putting in the work. He's definitely putting in the work.
He's
I know.
stuck in like a ninja and
I know
coming
Sam's
like,
going to be
bam,
on the
let's
show
go.
here in a few weeks. He's going to be talking about some Blazers with us.
This dude's just
and,
always making music.
He is.
Yeah.
We've got some other really talented producers coming through as well, so be sure to check it out. If you yourself
Got a good
are a
vibe.
producer or an artist and you're interested in checking out an episode of Rose City Sports Talk or even scoring an episode, hit us up. We are down to chatter and we want to hear your art
I just want to hear some beats.
Yep,
I love beats.
yep.
Give me music all day. I'm good.
all day. Okay,
all I need.
let's jump back in.
A little
We're
bit of
talking
sports.
playoffs, AFC picture. We've got Indianapolis going against Denver. Everybody wants to see Luck versus the old man again.
The old and the new.
Yep, that's right. So what do we see on the outcome of this?
It's in Denver, right?
Say what?
Denver.
It's in Denver. Oh yeah.
Andrew Luck looked tough last game.
Yeah, he did.
He looked impressive. He was coming in there. He looks like he figured it out. Manning's coming in there limping into this game. I think I'm going with the Colts, man.
You think
I'm
this?
go-
you think
I'm
this is the year that the
I'm
youngin'
going with the
overtakes
Colts.
him?
Because I mean, how many
Is this it
second
for
round?
Peyton?
How many Peyton Manning has more one and dones 8 than any other quarterback?
He's got 8.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
He's about that one and done.
Okay,
like
shout out to the Manning family. I actually just watched an awesome documentary on ESPN about
The 30 for 30?
Yeah, about the fam.
That's just good.
So that was awesome. It was cool. But yeah, I do not see Peyton really being able to step up again this year.
Really? Are you guys dogging the
I'm
Broncos
not-
at home?
I am.
You guys aren't taking
I am.
Broncos at home.
I am. I really think
I don't think it's going to be close.
Andrew Luck, who's also familiar with coming back,
Tell you-
also familiar with pulling a game out.
You guys are goofy.
Andrew,
Check this.
I know,
No,
and,
Jake-
I'm literally
Jake-
I'm going
Jake,
against a
take
Hall
this
of
out.
Fame quarterback right now.
Hall of Fame quarterback. We check this
But-
out. This dude has not. He needs to win the Super Bowl to get his career playoff record
It's so
to
quiet.
500. Clear playoff record 500.
500, it's not going to happen.
He has
Not
to
gonna
win
happen.
a Super Bowl to get that.
Yeah, and it's not
So
going to
that
happen.
means this man,
This
the
year.
greatest regular season quarterback, he has all the numbers to back it up, has not played to his potential in the big games.
All right.
And I see it happening.
You
again.
think that the Colts defense is going to stop the Broncos offense?
I don't think Peyton Manning's going to do what he has to do to win the game.
I agree.
Do you think it's going to be another Cincinnati Bengals
I don't
game?
want to agree with this guy while
Not
he's
that-
wearing
not
this
Andy
ugly
Dalton,
shirt.
though. That's-
While he's wearing
no,
this
that's-
ugly shirt, I feel really bad agreeing with him.
Yeah,
but,
you should. 'cause
This is
you-
a beautiful
you guys are
shirt.
stupid.
But I agree.
Nice
Okay,
and
let's talk
red.
about the other game, the final game here. Baltimore versus New England. Let's talk about Joe
Ooh.
Flacco in the playoffs.
Do we really have to?
What happens in the
He
playoffs
transformed.
that Joe Flacco is like, you know what? Shit. Switch. Game time. You know, like what the like
He's
tell
a
me how
reverse
Joe
Peyton Manning.
Flacco literally has me
transformed.
confident.
They
Joe
kept-
Flacco has me confident that Baltimore is going to beat New England.
So is that defense
And
against New
Baltimore
England.
has
That gives them fits.
They beat New England plenty of times.
I'm telling you.
This is always a close matchup.
I'm not saying
Mind you,
it's not
Ray
gonna- I'm
Lewis
not-
was
I'm
there in
not
the
saying it's
past,
not gonna be close.
But Joe Flacco is kind of you almost want to put your money with Flacco. Like you as crazy
You knew
as-
Baltimore
as
did,
crazy as
and
that
we talked a
sounds,
lot of shit about it because that was a lot of money to pay a quarterback who in the regular season does not deliver. But if he gets you to the playoffs,
He has 5 straight games with over 100 QBR
Yeah,
rating
he-
in the playoffs. He's
filthy.
getting
He's
getting
filthy.
it. He's getting
He's
it
filthy.
done.
Oh, I
and
was-
he has the biggest. He arguably has one of the biggest arms in the league, and he just does what he needs to do. And they just stick like Baltimore is still grimy. They don't have a great running game, but they can still get those key first downs. And I mean, they took it to they outmanned Pittsburgh. And definitely Le'Veon Bell
I love watching
was
Pittsburgh
missed.
fall.
And you know
I'm a big
Yeah.
Ben fan. You know, I'm
Yeah,
a huge Big Ben fan.
definitely.
So that was
But,
a great game to watch. Okay, so are you saying you think Baltimore over New England? I think you're saying that. I'm saying that. Are you saying that?
No.
Jake, you're saying
England.
Brady.
Yeah,
Okay.
right.
I'm saying
I say all that.
I'm not against
I say all that.
LeGarrette Blount
I'm not rooting.
win another playoff game, but
I can't.
Watch him
I
run
can't
all
bet
over
against.
there.
I can't bet against the Patriots this early in the playoffs.
okay. So New England
I think
it
they're
is.
going into conference.
I'm fair with that.
Although
I'm
I won't
good
be,
with that.
I won't be
AFC
surprised.
championship.
It's like one of those games like whoever wins, I'm not going to be totally surprised at the outcome, but I do give a slight advantage to New England.
Revis Island. I think he can do what he has to do against Steve Smith, or if they put him on Torrey Smith, and then the fact that you got Gronk, he's gonna make his plays.
Playing out of his mind.
He's playing out of his mind. Brady's gonna get him a couple times.
We'll see what happens.
And so
we'll see what happens.
and Bill Belichick, I'm going.
I have
with
a
them in the
feeling we'll
AFC
be arguing
championship.
about it very soon.
Yeah.
24-21.
All right, let's slide over to
Throwing numbers out
NBA.
there.
Before we talk about the rest of the league, let's talk about our hometown team, Rip City, the Blazers. You can roll your eyes all you want, but I believe we just
I
walked
didn't
away with a
roll.
win tonight.
Who the hell is rolling their eyes?
This guy, because we beat his
Man, get
Lakers
out of
tonight.
here. I didn't
roll my eyes.
This guy,
Like, look,
he even said,
I haven't hated
this is
on
what
y'all
Anwar
all
said
year.
in there while we were in the green room, our green room being the ISO booth. He said that it's hard for him to watch. He rooted for Kobe to hit the game winner. But then he
you gonna call me out.
and then he rooted.
gonna call me out.
What was it? And then he go ahead. You finish the story.
Yeah, look,
and then so Kobe hit the go
he
ahead
hit the
shot.
game, and I just want to see Kobe make the game winning shot, and then go ahead and lose the game because LA, I love you guys, but I'm riding with that Magic
shoot.
Johnson bandwagon. Like you have to lose as much game as possible, many games as possible, because I need a top 5 pick. I need Emmanuel Mudiay.
Okay, so
Jahlil Okafor, one of those guys needs to be
after
on
a
this,
couple
on this,
a couple
on this
losses and a
franchise.
couple wins for Lakers now sitting at 11-24. Blazers sitting at 27-8. Tonight was
Lillard,
definitely
39 points.
Yeah, definitely
Almost
an
his
interesting
fourth
game.
40-point game.
Can I say that?
98-48 Blazers, right?
94-98 Blazers.
Yeah, okay. And we squeaked it out last couple minutes, and again Lillard with
Kind
a
of, yes.
huge showing because
Jeremy Lin
unfortunately,
chucked up a 3.
Yeah.
yeah. But
whatever
what
he
I'm
should
concerned
never
is
shoot in the last minute
West
of a
West
game.
getting carried off the floor and coming back and then hardly performing at
Yeah,
all.
it looked like he got carried off, came back.
Yeah, he tweaked his knee. He,
All right, shout out to
almost
Wesley
almost
Matthews.
hyperextended his knee.
Get well, hit that ice, and hopefully we see you against. Well, we got Miami on Thursday, so get well soon.
I went to my first Blazer game this year.
Yeah, of course you
Finally-
went to a Blazer
finally
game, and
got
of course
out
it was.
there.
Of course he went to
And
the.
How long have you lived in this city?
He went to the
It's
Atlanta
just
game.
this year.
Just this year, this season.
Somehow I
Oh,
haven't made it
okay.
to a game.
He's a
And-
Laker fan.
and
Why would he
now-
go to a Blazer game more than just once or twice a year?
After I went, I'm going as much as possible. But the simple fact is, I went to go see Damian Lillard.
Good.
And,
good.
I waited and waited.
What game?
And waited and waited.
worst game.
And he just wasn't there.
He went to Atlanta.
Like,
He went to
the
the
Atlanta
Atlanta
game.
game.
Like,
That was
Yeah.
a tough game to watch.
he
Yeah,
only
it was
had 2
tough.
points going into the fourth quarter. I'm like, dang, where you at?
Yeah.
And that was a real sloppy game by them.
It was.
Well,
And
we
you
almost
just-
came. Well, yeah, it was a little bit too late, but
One of the
you
main
got to see,
things.
you got to
one
see a
of the
little bit
main-
of drama at least.
I
You
think
did
one of the
see a
main
little
things
bit of drama.
was
Not worth it though.
that stood out to me was the fact that they had Darrell Wright going against Paul Millsap for
Jake's on to
extended
the next
period of
round. I
time.
like that sound.
I was like, would you? Paul Millsap's an
I think
all-star.
they use him as a
Millsap.
Guard.
four
Yeah.
sometimes.
He
Yeah.
was guarding.
'Cause
He
he can
was playing
play it.
stretch 4,
Ugh.
but Millsap was beasting
Hey,
him.
don't hate on Millsap.
No, I'm not
And
hating on
they were just
Millsap. I'm
working-
hating a little bit on Wright playing
They were
four.
working that ball.
The only reason
Atlanta was
Wright
working
can
that
play the
ball
4
around.
is because he's got length. But I do not think you should put him down there because most of the NBA now in the 4 has got not just length but size, girth. You're gonna get beasted.
Yeah, Thomas Robinson didn't get
Darrell
into
Wright
the third
is not
quarter.
a girthy dude.
He's not. He's not the stretch 4 that you need. You need to be a little bit tougher defensively, and that was a bad. I mean, but they had too many turnovers. They had. I think it was 12 turnovers in the first half.
Yeah, it was
And
fugly.
It was just like
Fugly.
an ugly game. Kamen was turning the ball over left and right.
So with
Lillard wasn't
Freeland
aggressive
being
at
out,
all.
Yeah.
Trying to block that dunk.
Hammer Jake got some stats.
Yeah,
bro.
we had
Hammer Jake got some stats.
Kamen start tonight, who did all right, 3 for 8, 11 rebounds, 8 points. Myers Leonard had actually a really good game. He was 4 for 5,
I see that.
I saw him
12
yak a 3.
rebounds, 12 points.
He had a 3 too.
Yeah.
He put up,
Weird.
he put up,
T-Rob,
he put up a
not
double
so
double.
good.
Hey, shout out to Myers Leonard,
Yeah,
who
double-double,
I
we'll
call
take it.
Big White Baby. Shout out to Myers Leonard, Big White Baby. 19 minutes of playing time, and he put up 12, and a couple other stats across the
I
board,
mean-
and only 1 turnover. It looks like. Wow.
I can say this.
Big
You
white
probably
baby.
won't say this, but
Shout
Myers,
out.
I'll give it
bring
to
your
him.
trade value up. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we need it. We need it. Yeah. Yeah. Good stuff. Okay, let's move away from Rip City because there's definitely some other things to talk about. Before we jump into the rest of the NBA, though, we're going to take a quick break. I'm going to grab another drink. Jake is definitely going to grab a cold one. Anwar's going to run to the can.
Abominable Ale.
We will be right back. Check us out, Rose City Sports Talk. Welcome back to Rose City Sports Talk. We appreciate your time, your ears, your eyes. If you are hearing us and the background of what's going on, that is Samurai Music, keeping us feeling good, grooving. You can check out Samurai Music at rosecitysportstalk.com as well as samuraimusic.com. He also just dropped an album this last winter called Best in Class. You can check that out on iTunes. That features all kinds of great not just Portland MCs, but actually MCs all up and down the coastline. That he's got some heaters on there. He's got some heaters on there.
Feel to it, but it got some soul back.
Dude, yeah, Samurai's the man. You should definitely check him out. He is more of the composing type. He plays all kinds of instruments, so there's a lot of instrumentation, a lot less sample work. He's got some soul in there.
This is my first introduction to him, and he's nice.
That's what's up. Good. I'm glad you like him. If you are interested in scoring an episode of Rose City Sports Talk, definitely hit us up. We'd love to hear your stuff. You can check us out at rosecitysportstalk.com as well as on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. Just hit us up. Send us a link. We'd love to hear your stuff, and we'll even bring you into the show. Talk a little sports. Talk a little bit about what you got going on.
It's all love, man.
That's all love for sure. Okay. We were talking NBA.
God damn, Atlanta too.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Hammer Jake.
Can we go? Okay. Where are we going to?
Before we talk about, actually, you know what? This is a perfect tie-in. Let's talk about the decline of the Cleveland Cavaliers and then what just went down today with a couple moves. We got some trades. We got.
I love trades.
I love trades too. Okay.
Play with your chest.
We saw who do we see? We saw Waiters. We saw Waiters leave.
Down.
Okay, let's hear it.
Break it down right now.
Because I'm horrible.
Iman Shumpert and J.R. Smith went to the Cleveland Cavaliers, along with a protected first round pick, so a top 18 pick from the OKC Thunder.
And Cleveland never does well with those first round picks.
But we'll see what happens. Dion Waiters, he goes to Cleveland, so that's a big time boost.
Wait,
He goes to OKC.
Okay.
That's a big time scoring punch off the bench. And then you have Lou Amistad, Lance Thomas, and also Alex Kirk going to New York Knicks. All non-guaranteed contracts they're probably going to waive. They also get a 2019 second round pick. And so that's the deal
that's a lot of movement.
That went down.
That's a lot of movement.
Disappointed with the Knicks
that first
not
round
getting
pick is
anything.
Protected, though.
It's top 18 protected.
Yeah.
So
Okay, I gotta ask this. I gotta ask you, and I gotta ask the rest of the world. Are we taking credit away from Phil Jackson right now? Because the moves that are being made by this New York organization, they are beyond questionable.
And I'm gonna give Phil the benefit of the doubt right now because he's stripping this franchise, going it down, start from the bottom, and we're going to try to build.
See, that's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing. But yet,
he has all. I mean, it's clear books. They have over $30 million worth of cap space. They're going to get a top 5 pick.
Is this crazy to see from Phil though? It's weird. It's weird.
This is one thing about the Knicks. And you can attest to this, that the fact that with that media, they've never bottomed out. The last time they bottomed out was when they had the number 1 pick with Patrick Ewing. They're always in the middle. They're either going for the championship or they're in the middle of the pack.
Yeah.
And you're in the middle of the pack, that's NBA purgatory. And so right now, they're bottoming them out. They're going to get a top 5 pick. They have a clear vision on what they want to do, and we'll see what can happen. But Cleveland getting Shumpert was much needed because they needed a defense on that team. You traded knucklehead for knucklehead. Dion Wade is not a knucklehead.
Not a knucklehead.
But J.R. Smith
is definitely a knucklehead. I have
Dion
some
Wade
issues
just didn't fit within that system with Cleveland. He needs the ball in his hands.
Yeah.
LeBron needs a spot-up shooter, so J.R. Smith can probably...
Does he though?
He does. LeBron doesn't... There's too many people that needed the ball for Cleveland. For Cleveland.
Okay.
So he get him a shooter. J.R. Smith is standing in the corner.
Perfect segue here. While we're talking Cleveland and now New York, I want to know who you think, because we know both of them at this point are trying, but we'll see what the final outcome is. Who is going to end up with the worst record, Philadelphia or New York?
You know what? It's looking Carmelo.
Hey, Philly
Carmelo
just won
Anthony,
tonight, so
They're talking about
go ahead. Is about to sit out
for the whole season.
He's about to sit out, and it's going to be interesting to see. I want him to sit
That's
out right now.
That's a lot of money out the door right there.
Right now,
That's a lot of money out the door if Carmelo sits for the rest of the season.
He's probably going to wait till the All-Star game because the All-Star game is in New York, and so he's probably going to play to the All-Star game. Play a couple, like he'll sit out some extended road trips, play a couple games before the All-Star game, sit out after that, and they're gonna bottom out. And they're gonna bottom out probably worse than Philly because we're getting rid of Shumpert and getting rid of Smith. Talent-wise, Philly damn near has more talent than them if you don't have Melo.
I agree.
Like if Melo's sitting out,
you've got some youth,
you're
and
starting,
not just youth. You've got some skill in that youth.
Who with Philly?
Yeah.
With Philly, with Noel and Michael Carter Williams. Tony Roden.
Yeah.
New York. You got Shane Larkin, Travis Ware, Quincy AC. Can we stop talking about them?
Yeah, definitely.
I can't do it anymore. I can't.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Okay, before we move on, we would definitely want to give
go to-
another shout out to the breweries that are keeping us hydrated through the evening. HopWorks out of southeast of Portland. We've got Jake sipping on Pyramid. Jake, show him that pretty bottle with the Schonz on there. Pyramid out of Seattle. And then I'm enjoying, again, I can't, the powder keg is actually pretty tasty from Worthy Brewing out of Bend. So you should definitely check them out. Support your local breweries.
We love the local beer.
I'm on to that
It's
patch
beautiful
now,
to be
though,
in
so-
Portland.
You
Or
on
just
the-
be in Oregon. Like,
And then Jake,
all
like
this
a
beer
true
that's coming
Portlander,
in.
when the microbrews run out, you slide on into the
When the going
PBR.
gets tough, the tough get paps.
Yeah, the tough get water.
Since high school.
Shout out to PBR though. Okay. So while we're still talking NBA, we got 4 minutes left. I think that's enough time to fit in a quick.
Keep them low. You already know.
Exactly.
You
Okay.
already know.
All right.
Let's go.
So where are we
Let's
looking?
go.
Who is sitting at number 5 Anwar in the
Number
keep 'em low
5,
rankings?
Portland.
What the?
You cannot throw up a dud like that when I go see you in person and expect
dude, that's
to
biased.
keep your ranking.
We've already admitted
where it
that
was.
bias is okay.
Now they've won.
Hey,
I
again,
admit Portland. You guys have been doing your thing.
Yeah.
You've won. I think it's 10 out of the last 12 or 13 games. I think so.
We
right now
have.
it's
We
11 out
have.
of 13. So very impressive, but unimpressive when I saw them get mollywopped by Atlanta. So
What?
you're number
Does
5.
it not count that Atlanta is one of the top 4 teams in the NBA right
I
now?
know. But there's other teams.
Excuse me.
But there's other teams.
Top 2 teams in the East.
we go
one
to,
of the top 6 teams in the NBA.
Number 4?
Yeah, let's hear number 4.
Yeah. fine.
We'll circle back.
Yeah, we'll circle back.
It all makes sense at the end. Chicago. They were at number 2.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
but
they took a
and
little-
it wasn't
took a little
anything
tumble.
that,
Let's hear it.
It wasn't anything that they did. It was just some other teams
Making
that been
moves. Making
more
moves.
impressive. And they have all the championship mental that they need. Like they have the big men, they have the wings that can do it. Derrick Rose, Jimmy Butler, all-stars. Pau Gasol, all-star. Gibson, toughness. Mirotic, rookie of the year. Like that team is legit. They're right there. But it's just some teams. It's week by week. Whoever is impressing me in eye test, like
Yeah,
you guys
yeah,
are
we
getting
know.
you guys are getting a bump up.
We know. Okay,
So-
all I care about is who's sitting at the Uno. So who's number 3?
Number three, Golden State.
Okay, so they fell as well.
And
They're falling as
they
well.
went up. They went up from number 5 to number 3.
Were they? I thought they were at number 2 last week.
No, they.
No, his rankings is
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah, okay.
So they're number 3. They're number 3
Too
this
many
week.
drinks here on
They
Rose City
had-
Sports Talk.
They had a great showing against Toronto. Like Toronto, they whooped them up in the second half. Like they just pressing their length on defense. They're able to switch on defense is really impressive. and Klay Thompson and Curry just drop bombs
That
on you
is
all
an
day.
impressive deal right there.
This Splash Brothers is something special. Like I think we might really be seeing the best backcourt.
Oh, watch your mouth. Watch your mouth there.
Ever?
Watch.
Ever?
No.
Ever?
It's up for discussion.
No.
Number
Watch
2.
your mouth, Andre 3000. What's number 2?
Number 2, Atlanta.
Okay.
ATL making a huge jump.
I gotta give respect to them. The
Is
number
that
one
simply
in the
because
East,
you went to their game and
Look,
you saw them beat the
that
Blazers?
team
This
is whooping up the West Coast as well.
I
East
agree. I'm
Coast
just
right
asking.
now.
I want to know Anwar's take on it.
17-2 in the last 19 games. Like you
Good
can't.
Lord. Good
like,
Lord.
They have been dynamic these last. I mean, their ball movement. I'm
Shout
talking about
out to the Hawks.
They're the Spurs of
Shout out
the
to our
East.
boy Dre from Lunchtime Legends. He came in here the other day rocking a full
Dominique?
ATL warm-ups. Get up.
Oh,
and
he got the warm-ups?
I told him he's got to go. I'm like, dude, that's not allowed in here.
It's time to rep them
It was-
because they look legit and they're about to sell the team. So they're gonna. It's a good time to do it because it's gonna be about 800, 700, 800
Okay,
million dollars.
that was a worthy number 2. I'm down for it. I'm down for it.
Number
All right,
one.
Number 1.
Don't say it. If you pick the goddamn Spurs,
San Antonio Spurs.
oh my god!
They still
Did you
number-
not
They still
watch
number
them
one.
the last week and a half, 2 weeks? Have you not been watching their basketball?
They have 14 losses, 21-14. And Jake, you can say all you want. You're still gonna
You're
be
out of
number
your
one.
mind. You're out of your mind.
Still number one.
Hey, if you do not agree
Why?
with Anwar's
Why?
Keep 'em Low
Why
rankings,
are they
please,
number one?
please
You
hit
know
us
what?
up on Twitter.
We went through this last week. No way's changed my mind. Except for they're still, and I'm still waiting to put them
Well,
up.
ATL made a big jump.
OKC.
Get out of here. Get out of
It's
here.
still
I'd put
Dion
I'd put
Waiters on.
OKC.
All right.
Dion Waiters
if you
coming off
do
the
or
bench
do
with
not
Reggie
agree,
Jackson.
hit us up on Twitter at Rose City Sports Talk. We want to know
And
what you
just
think.
make an argument on who can beat San Antonio Spurs in a 7-game series when they're healthy.
Okay.
When
We're going
they're
to take a
healthy.
quick break. We will be right back here on Rose City Sports Talk with more
Keep them low.
with more of that good stuff. All right, welcome back to Rose City Sports Talk. As always, Bryce Trost alongside Anwar Jones.
I like this shirt. I love this shirt.
Jake Hummel, our audio engineer. You can call him the Hammer. He's our stats guy and audio engineer. Always
Jake.
hanging and hiding in the booth. He likes to take little jabs and then, stay
Your
behind the
shirt
glass.
looks stupid.
Yeah. Your shirt does
Sometimes I
look
just
stupid.
want to shut
you
up,
know, this
too.
is a
I just
perfect
wanna
time.
mute him.
This is a perfect time.
Be careful, I'll mute you.
It's a perfect time to talk
know he
about
has the power.
Anwar's ugly looking shirt here
Yo,
because
it's the flyest shirt on the market right now. I don't know.
because it is the new year on January 1st. Anwar and I
Yep.
both had very good days.
Had a triple-double.
You know what? I'll give you that right now
Yeah.
while we can. Cheers.
Damn.
Cheers.
Yeah.
All right.
It's all cordial, but every Duck fan I see,
Congrats to the
I'm a wish.
Buckeyes. Congrats to the Ducks for winning their
Who would've thought?
semifinal
Who would have thought?
game,
Well,
right? If you
Bryce,
gotta ask
who
yourself,
would've thought?
Jake, you gotta ask yourself, Anwar, you gotta ask yourself, Portland, you gotta ask yourself, if there was a BCS right now, no playoff, if there was a BCS right now, would we be seeing Oregon versus Ohio State?
No,
That
dude,
play.
Would we? No, not even. No
Bama,
question.
Florida State, probably.
Exactly. Exactly.
The playoff games, the two
Yeah.
playoff games,
Yeah.
they broke every viewing record of all
Goddamn
time.
right.
I love it. I love it.
Everybody's watching.
As it should have.
It's just unbelievable to finally have
One of them wasn't
college,
so close, though, was it?
college
No, it was
football.
not. You
Can
got
I
to
just
see
say, can I just
Oregon.
say real quick?
Yeah,
Can I just
say it real quick.
Next year, please pay the kids. Please play the kids.
Pay the
'em.
kids? Pay them.
Pay 'em.
Yeah, EA Sports,
Look at all this money you guys are
ESPN,
making.
ABC,
Give them
CBS.
something.
this. You think they should be paid?
Give them something.
All right.
But let's go on to it.
I agree. I
fully agree.
fully agree.
Just sprinkle them with a little bit.
I think the whole country already knows how bad Oregon just beat the flipping life out of FSU.
Beat downs by Oregon.
But hold, can I just ask? I want to ask you guys this just real quick.
I have a good question for you too, though. Go for it.
Was it that big of a? Do you think it was that big of a blowout?
Perfect.
It was a lot closer
double question, Jake.
than that.
Let's just direct this at Hammer.
Did you not watch the game?
Hold on.
I did.
Take his question, and then add that on top of. Was it really just FSU's constant mistake of 5 turnovers in the second half?
4 in the third.
Really perpetuated.
I mean, that hurt
big
them
of a
quite
blowout.
a bit, but I think most of the game we looked overly dominant.
You guys look great, and they looked really tired.
Our offense looked.
You saw them. You saw
in the first half.
2 punts, 3 punts, first possession, and then not again until the end of the game.
First half, Florida State have their hands on their hips.
Shout out to Heisman winner Marcus Mariota. Beautiful game.
They look tired.
Beautiful
but
game.
There's 2 things that happened in that first half. One, Winston didn't get the touch, got the touchdown taken back on that QB.
Well, it wasn't a touchdown.
I know, but I mean it was just it was a big momentum. So.
Yeah, I got you.
Yep.
And then the tackle in the end zone when they tackled O'Leary, there was no pass interference call.
Yep.
That was a huge play.
I mean, yeah, but I'm not gonna say that swayed either way of the game.
That wasn't like a Detroit. That wasn't like a Detroit Dallas. No,
that was a big play.
That wasn't
to me.
Detroit
Dallas.
That wasn't the sway of the entire game. There was so much game left.
Let's just say,
I'll say missed call.
Hypothetically, let's just say Florida State could have easily been
and that
winning.
was an SEC ref crew.
Yeah.
And I believe me, I already started hot initially, but
Yeah,
I realized, you know what? I think if we keep our pace. And this is where the argument was with Saban and Chip Kelly years ago. It's about pace and mentality versus the brawn of the SEC.
I think you just saw us going for it though. Like we had people diving for the end zone.
But again, you saw an ACC.
Okay,
FSU is ACC, but we're talking. Everyone compares everybody in terms of NFL quality to the SEC. And everyone for years is saying Oregon could never. Their smaller linemen couldn't match up. Their speed,
they were definitely smaller too.
Exactly, but it didn't matter.
But it didn't matter.
But some of those turnovers.
They were averaging 9 seconds in between plays. What are you gonna do when you're a 300+ pound hog molly? 9 seconds to recover off of a snap and then go again. I mean, here's my question: do you really think that? Now that we know the picture is set, and I honestly think we had a better chance against Alabama than we do Ohio State. And the only reason, and and I've been saying it for a few weeks now, the only reason I campaigned and still wanted to see Oregon go through FSU and Alabama was because of the critics, because of the years of just chatter of Kelly versus Saban, the modernized offense versus the old ground and pound. But now I'm really excited about this game because I have 2 teams in here. I think
they do a little bit of both.
Yeah, exactly. I think both teams deserve it. Both teams deserve it.
I wanted the Alabama game because I thought it would be the harder team. Ohio State is hands above the harder team.
I'm nervous. This dude's on his 3rd quarterback for the season, and they're still just walking on people.
12 games? looks like a all of a sudden just jumps out of high.
Tell me about that guy, Anwar.
Worst name you could give a quarterback in America.
12 games?
Everyone in the rest of the world is watching.
You should love that. I mean, he came in.
Tell us about your boy.
He had 9 third down conversions in that game. 6 throwing, 3 running.
Beastly.
He did his thing. And the man that you guys are really gonna have to watch out for is Ezekiel Elliott.
Man. Oh my goodness!
The last 3 games, 570 yards.
But look what we did to Cook.
Back-to-back 200-yard games.
And I was worried about Cook.
Look,
because he's shifty.
Cook is a freshman running back. He fumbled twice. Fumbled twice in that game.
Yeah.
Huge deflators in that game. And that's what I was talking about.
We got a freshman.
Some of those fumbles are kind of fluky. Like, what effect? Like, it stripped them a little bit, like destiny right into the Ducks' hands. It's like, boom, gotcha.
Destiny.
Like, it was meant for you guys to go. But
on another crooked planet,
is
you could
totally
say that somebody made a lot of money off that FSU loss.
He's a totally different beast.
Ezekiel Elliott is legit. Yeah, I'll give you
11
that.
yards to
That
carry
guy's scary.
against
He's
Bama.
good.
I agree.
That's legit.
Yeah. You're putting
And
that up against Bama's line.
Oregon, you might have stopped the freshman from Florida State, but they're the 66th ranked rushing defense in the league, 102nd overall.
Well,
Like this is and
during the season,
during the season.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, you don't have a strong.
the last few games we've been
defense.
looking pretty good.
You've looked good. You forced some turnovers, and that's always good. You
Arizona.
you were super optimistic
Florida State.
defensively in against the Seminoles.
I'm not gonna
But
say that
You guys are going against
our defense. I mean, when you get that many turnovers, it kind of feels like
It does.
I mean, that's like kind of almost gifts in a way.
It
But-
was. You definitely do not want to give Oregon any more possessions.
No.
Okay,
yeah.
so
Because they capitalize.
we only got
on
a couple minutes left, so I gotta ask. Now that we know the national championship is set, my Oregon Ducks,
it. Yes.
your Ohio State
Yes.
Buckeyes.
I see all that money.
I'm gonna stand up because I'm getting all
Ohio
excited
State
now.
Buckeyes.
So-
I'll stand up with you.
Okay, good.
I'll say it
good.
with my chest.
So I want to know.
What you wanna do,
one,
man?
why Anwar's corner is so quiet over there.
Man,
Where I got,
don't
I
need-
got the love here.
Hey.
Uh,
I got it on my chest.
so I want to know.
Yeah.
What score you have in your mind.
We have the number 2 rated offense with the Ducks, number 4 with the Buckeyes.
Bucks,
So, I mean, the Buckeyes, they have an all right defense. They're not anything out of the ordinary. So it's gonna be a shootout. And we got 12 gauge, Ezekiel Elliott, Devin Smith. He's been laying it down.
Here's my only thought.
I'm going in a classic 34.
Ooh.
31.
Ooh.
Buckeyes stand up over the Ducks.
That's kind of crazy because
Cardale Jones.
This is what I'm sitting at. I do think it will be an offensive battle, but not out the gate. I think both teams are going to take each other some time to feel each other out. Ducks have been known to do that against other offensive powerhouses. I'm saying 38.
Oh, you're gonna one up me.
34 Ducks. Ducks.
I think this is going to be another example.
Ducks.
Battle for the O.
Ducks.
Everybody,
The real O.
everybody
The real
calling
O.
too much offense. I think it's going to be a lot more like that Auburn-Oregon game. I think it's going to be low scoring.
God damn you, Jake.
Nah.
Why
It
did you
happens
say
every
that?
time.
Why
It
do you
happens
always
every time.
reference the game,
Yeah.
bro?
Reference
Big
that
Jake-
Auburn
Jake-
Oregon
Jake-
game.
I wish viewers could see this right now. Jake loves to just pour salt in the wound. I've attended.
You want some more salt?
That's
You want some
one of
more
our
salt?
games.
I've
Just
attended
say-
quite a few BCS games for the Ducks.
It's hard
I
to get
definitely
there.
Terrell.
Remember.
I was
Can I say
there
Terrell
in
Pryor?
Arizona.
Terrell Pryor,
Shut up
Rose
with
Bowl.
Terrell Pryor.
Terrell Pryor, Rose Bowl. Throw
wanna
that
hear
out there.
Terrell
in the-
Pryor.
Jake
Throw
always
that out
brings
there.
up the national title game, and in fact, not just
And
brings
can we
it up.
trust?
This dude brought in a massive framed
It's not that big.
poster.
Yes, we
that
can.
reminds me every day a game of inches. Yeah, I'm aware it's a game of inches. It's also a game of if the ref
where
decides
you
to
came
call
from.
you
And Ezekiel
down.
Elliott's gonna get those
and
extra inches.
We will see, but this guy's got Ohio State. I've got Oregon. I'm pretty sure it's in the cards, but we'll see what happens. Next week's gonna be a lot of fun.
Oh man, it's going down. Anybody that sees me in the street, I'm repping my Buckeyes all day. I got in an argument at Plant Pantry. I was talking on the phone. I said Buckeyes. Somebody turned around. He's like, "Go Ducks." I'm like, "No, I'm a Buckeyes
That's right,
fan."
go Ducks.
Stop.
That's
Put the
right.
phone down like I'm a Buckeyes fan. You got something to say? We shook hands like gentlemen, but it's on, Portland.
That's
on.
right. It is on.
Ridiculous.
It is
Let's
on. I
go.
cannot wait to see you guys next week after
gonna be
all this
so
goes down.
sad
He's gonna
next
be
week.
pissed.
I
He's
got
gonna
the
be
12
pissed.
game.
So
Yeah.
sad.
I got a 12 game.
All right, that's gonna do it for us
With
here
me.
at Green Luck Media Group.
a Jones.
This has been Rose City Sports Talk. As always, Bryce Trost, Anwar Jones, Jacob Hummel,
Quack,
and,
quack, quack.
and a special thanks to our scoring producer, Samurai Music.
He's about to be top 5 dead or alive.
Be sure to check us out at
Cardale
RoseCitySportsTalk.com as well as on Instagram and Twitter. We'd love to hear your feedback as well as your commentary. And someone, please
I'm
go
so
at
amped.
Onwar's Keep 'em Low rankings.
Hey, man.
We
Don't-
want to hear
don't-
some justifiable arguments as to why San Antonio should not
Keep him low.
be number one.
San Antonio might be getting bumped.
All right, we'll see. All right,
We'll
Rose
see.
City Sports
Go
Talk.
get your walker.
Good night.
They earn my respect.
Respect not earned over here.
You know?
Yeah.